Hello, everybody, and welcome to the PHLY Eagles Halftime Show presented by Bet365 and TrueMark. Download the Bet365 app and use code PHLY365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365 and visit TrueMark.com/compare for full details to apply today. TrueMark Financial, federally insured by the NCUA, equal opportunity lender. We are here to talk about an interesting first half for the Philadelphia Eagles in their playoff game against the Green Bay Packers. The good news, they're up 10-0. The bad news is after the first 4 plays of the game, they're up 3-0. They've lost Nakobe Dean to an injury for the game, and the offense doesn't look very good. Jamie, your initial thoughts from the first half?
It feels bad to be only up 10. You've pretty much dominated this game. You've forced a bunch of turnovers. To only have 10 points right now, I don't want to say it's like you're going to lose the game bad, but it's an icky feeling of they didn't capitalize enough because this game could be over.
We are in Philadelphia, Fran, so let's start with the negative. We'll get to the 3 turnovers forced and how good the defense and special teams looks. But this offense, after that 3-play touchdown drive, after the initial fumble on the opening kickoff, they've had 4 drives in which they've combined for 1 first down. They get a turnover at the end of the first half in field goal range when like 1 first down would have given them a field goal. What is wrong with the offense right now in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, look, they're clearly not in sync. Jalen Hurts under 50% completion, just over 5 yards per completion so far, 6 completions for 39 yards and a touchdown. 11 of those yards came on the score to Jahan Dotson. And so right now, the pass game, they're not getting enough juice from that through the air. Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert, they just have not been able to get those guys going. Some of the things that we talked about in this week leading up, some of the things that they can do schematically, they are keeping this passing game in check because what we've seen is a mix of pressure and then a mix of the other side of it, pressure looks with them falling back into zone coverage and then Jalen Hurts just not having those quick answers. It was good that he had that touchdown on the opening drive where he stayed in the pocket and stayed in there, but we just haven't had enough of that so far through the first 2 quarters.
The concern heading into this game from some Eagles fans was, is Jalen Hurts going to be rusty? I thought that was a little bit overstated. You know, the guy played 2 weeks ago. He looks rusty.
Yeah.
I mean, as you said, 6 of 13 for 39 yards and a touchdown. Even the touchdown pass, it was like he kind of wanted to bail the pocket and then had to like talk himself into staying there.
That pocket was ridiculous.
And finding Jahan Dotson. Meanwhile, Saquon Barkley, 9 carries for 58 yards, 6.4 yards a pop. I think there was obviously a segment of the fan base that's going to be wondering why they haven't given him the ball more.
I'd be wondering why they're not feeding A.J. Brown the ball. 1 target.
1 catch for 10 yards, yeah.
For a second-team All-Pro wide receiver. When you watch games around this weekend, you know, team star wide receivers get fed. Not many of them are going a half of football with 1 target.
And that's what, look, we talked about this on Thursday, right? Was that when you have those kind of coverages, what was the one split we saw, Bo, was that against cloud coverages, A.J. Brown, his target share got cut in half. His production, yards per route run, dropped a full yard on average per route run against cover 2 and against cover 6, 2 of the coverages that Green Bay majors in. Now, we'll go back to the film tomorrow to get a good sense of exactly what Green Bay is doing, but it's clearly this pass game not in sync so far.
And I also think that you can see that the Nick Sirianni is coaching this game as if he doesn't trust the offense a little bit. There was the punt from close to midfield on 4th and 4. There's the coward's draw. There's the punt at the end of the first half after they commit the penalty. They are not approaching this game on offense as if they are a juggernaut.
Hey, you know what? We got that opening drive turnover. We stole a possession. We got up 7-0, got out 10-0. Now we're just playing not to lose might be the mentality of like, hey, you know what? Like, let's not do anything to overstep. Let's just keep this game in the positive territory.
So what is your level of faith that we'll see a better offense in the second half, Jamie?
They have been a second half offense throughout the year, so it's not none. I would say 50-50 at this point. The thing you're hanging your hat on is the defense has been spectacular. They're really just dominating this game, but I think it'll be better. I think you lean on Saquon in the second half a little bit more and hopefully throw the ball to A.J. Brown.
We'll get to the defense in a sec. What's your level of confidence in the offense?
I think to James' point, I mean, this has been a second half team, especially the rushing attack. There's all the numbers. Saquon Barkley's run for more yards in the second half than any running back in modern history. I think when you look at the way that they have come to close out games, that's what we've come to expect. He ran for 58 yards in the first half. Green Bay has not allowed a 75-yard rusher since like October. So we're
I think it was
well
week 10,
well on our way to seeing that. So I think when you're looking at this offense, there's reason to be optimistic, and they get the ball.
Felt like they had a little bit more success running to the outside than up the middle.
Yep.
Fair to say?
One thing I put in the notes, we talked about it in Thursday's show, was that when I look back over the last several weeks, the teams that did have some success against them on the ground, and honestly, the teams that I would look at and say, like, oh, that's a good running team. You look at San Francisco with a healthy McCaffrey. You look at Detroit with Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. They wanted to lean more into those perimeter runs, those outside runs. So I thought that would be the button that the Eagles offense would push today.
All right. Remember, this halftime show presented by Bet365 and TrueMark Financial. Download the Bet365 app and use code PHLY365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365, and visit TrueMark.com/compare for full details and to apply today. TrueMark Financial, federally insured by the NCUA, equal opportunity lender. Okay, let's talk about the defense and the special teams, because, I mean, you could not ask for a better start. Opening kickoff, Oren Burks comes down, forces the fumble, and Jeremiah Trotter Jr. recovers.
Yeah, that was a hell of a play by obviously Burks, but for Trot, he did not have possession right away. He wrestled that.
I actually thought they might overturn that.
That was close, but good on the rookie for wrestling that one away. That's a huge possession right there. That, look, if you don't have those 7 points right now, you're probably panicked.
No doubt about
absolutely.
it. Yeah, it was 3-0.
Trot,
my favorite moment
huge.
of being at the stadium for the first quarter and a half of this game was the crowd reaction to the second kickoff from the Eagles.
Okay.
So they get the kickoff, the fumble, they score the touchdown, and then like the excitement about, oh, maybe we're gonna get another one here.
That's awesome.
Like that's a pure Philadelphia fan reaction.
I will say Nolan Smith is playing like a bat out of hell in this game. He has been a terror off the left side for this Eagles defense. Obviously, he had the sack for minus 14 yards where he went on the inside move, but he was right in there on that kickoff play to open the game. He had a couple of big plays, which
he had not been doing except for early in the season. This was a change the Eagles made to put a couple starters on kickoff coverage. Nolan Smith making an impact.
Jahan was out there as well on that play. I saw him flash, but no, Nolan Smith. He had he was in there on the kickoff coverage. He had the sack.
He took their tackle out.
Yeah, he took Elton Jenkins out.
Just blast to the shoulder.
I was screaming about it after. You could hear him on the broadcast.
He was hooting and hollering. It was awesome.
That side of the matchup has been affected by injuries. Packers offense, Eagles defense. Slay left this game, but then returned. N'Kobe Dean unfortunately carted off and already declared out with a knee injury.
By the way, Isaiah Rodgers, hell of a play there. Coming in because Jordan Love checked out of the run play to target Isaiah Rodgers, and he broke up what probably would have been a touchdown.
And then with Elton Jenkins out, who's probably their best offensive lineman, they really struggled in their offensive line.
Yeah, Travis Glover, the rookie 6th-round pick out of Georgia State, came in, and I said it to Jamie. I said,
I think you said raw than sushi.
More raw than gas station sushi. He played 13 snaps coming into this game all season long. I was shocked that that's who they went to. I mean, this offensive line has been intact throughout the majority of this season, so they haven't had to dip into the reserves. But Glover is not a guy that I thought was going to be ready for to play year one and to get his first meaningful action in a playoff game. Not surprising. He had 3 penalties and got benched within a quarter.
Super chat from Rohit, who says, put in McKee. That's a man who obviously wants to win this game. We appreciate that. Packers did start to move the ball at the end of the half. They miss a field goal, and then they throw the interception to Zach Bond. We didn't talk about the Slay interception, which was also a very nice play. But first 4 interceptions of the game for the first 4 possessions of the game for the Packers, 1 first down. Last 2 possessions, 86 yards combined. They moved it over 40 yards on both possessions. What changed in your eyes?
I mean, they were uncharacteristic in the first 3 drives with how often they were trying to attack down the field. You know, that to me, that is not the way. That was not the path to victory here for the Green Bay Packers. 2 of those first 3 dropbacks for Love on the opening drive where they went 3 and out were vertical throws, and then he threw the interception to Wicks that was intercepted by Slay. Wicks is a 4.6 guy. Like, speed is not his forte. Like, even though you're missing Christian Watson, you had a one-on-one. That's just that. To me, that's not the way that Green Bay was going to have success in this game. So to me, like, it was going to be more matriculate the ball down the field, stay ahead of the sticks, get to 3rd and 3, and you run the screens. Like, that's going to be the way that they're going to be able to move the ball. I get that they're going to have to steal possession. And look, they're only down 10-0. And so to me, if they come out, they get a stop, they should be sticking to their game plan. The Eagles, it's going to be status quo in terms of stop the run, try and get them into 3rd and long.
If I'm a Packers fan right now, I am hyping myself up that we got this because things can't really go worse.
Down 3-0 in the turnover battle, and it's 10-0. Yeah.
It's unlikely they're going to turn the ball 3 times. Turn the ball over 3 times again in the second half.
We have an update from injury-wise. Elton Jenkins declared out for the game, so he will not be returning. Josh Jacobs, as we talked about, 10 carries for 25 yards.
Run defense
Eagles
is
doing a good job bottling that up. How much will your attitude change, Jamie, I guess depending on what happens in the first possession, because Eagles do get the ball to start the half. I mean, if they come out and go 3 and out again, everybody's going to be.
I mean, I'm starting to get texts of like, they look horrible. What's wrong with his offense? Jalen sucks. Like, they're flooding in. People, I think, are low key a little panicked here.
Yeah, I think an opening, a drive touchdown would go a long way.
Points would definitely help at this stage. But look, they come out, stick to the game plan. They don't need to press. They've been leaning heavy into the run game, guys. I mean, they have not put a lot on Jalen's plate, and he still has not managed to look very good. So I think that's going to be the status quo here. Go run game early and lean on that.
All right, that'll do it for the PHLY Eagles halftime show. Enjoy the second half, everybody. We will be here to talk about it, win or lose, on the PHLY Eagles post-game show with Vinny Curry, Fran Duffy, Jamie Lynch, and myself. We'll talk to you then, and as always, we love you.
We all silly like the mayor.